Hi everyone, it's time for Mrs. Skillern yet again today. Where you are right now in your schedule is when you are going to be eating lunch. It may be a little bit different time when you start on Tuesday, but it's going to be at this time in your schedule. You may be wondering how we're actually going to handle lunch during our COVID times. So I'm here to tell you a little bit about it. Hopefully you have a paraprofessional in your room with you right now so that he or she can answer some questions when you're done. Okay, so where will you go? Well, after the last class that you just had, before you go to lunch, you are always going to go to your access class. That's where we're actually going to start. Now this year, lunch is actually 46 minutes long instead of the normal 30. When the bell rings from class, before you go to lunch, like I just said, you're going to go to access. At that time, you're going to meet your para partner who will be with you for the lunchtime. That person is going to tell you where you're going to be going and spending the week. And you can also leave your backpack in the classroom as it will be locked, so it will be nice, safe, and secure. Keep in mind that your Chromebook needs to stay inside and your phone needs to stay in your backpack. Before anyone goes to lunch, all students are going to be washing their hands. The challenge of this is that we have a lot of students and fewer sinks. So we have had to organize where people are going to wash their hands. And at different times of the month, you may be washing in a different hand station. It's important to go back to your access class because that's where your para is going to meet you to let you know where that spot will be. You'll also know where you're going to be once you go outside. When you are washing hands, it's important to do it correctly, and there are signs on the mirror. And you also need to be standing in line at a safe distance. So while someone's washing their hands, you're waiting for them and then moving to the other side of the hallway, if that's where the para directs you, and waiting until everyone is done. If you're someone who brings your lunch from home, then you really don't need to worry about that as much. But the good news is you are going to be able to purchase lunch at school. The unknown part is how that's going to happen, whether you just go down like you normally do and order straight from the cafeteria, or if it's possible, we may be able to order lunch beforehand. So you and your families might be able to order the week before or the day before. We're still waiting to get the go on that process, and hopefully we'll find out very soon. We'll definitely let you know before you come to school on Tuesday. But either way, you're going to eat lunch. And for those of you who were here at Deer Creek last year, keep in mind that since we're eating out lunch every day outside, you won't have to do cafeteria duty. So that's a bonus. So unless it rains or it snows or we have crazy weather, everyone's going to go outside for the entire lunch period every day. There are going to be different areas because we do need to practice social distancing, and everyone's going to be remaining within your access class, but because we can't cross those classes with each other. The good part of this is that you do get to be outside. You should get to be outside for longer. We've had beautiful weather lately, so let's all cross our fingers and hope that we need rain, but let's hope that it rains at night. Okay, so now you're outside. What can you actually do? Honestly, one of the reasons why we wanted to get everyone outside at lunch as often as possible is so that you do have an opportunity to take your mask off and spend some time without it on. There are some expectations about that, of course. Your para will also be able to provide you more guidance, but here's what you need to know. If you don't have a mask on, you have to maintain 6 feet apart. So if you and your friend or you and some others want to just sit and hang out while you're eating or after you're eating, that's totally fine. You just need to put yourself in a big circle or maintain the distance so that you can enjoy your time together, but you're not within 6 feet of each other. There are still activities that you'll be able to do, but you just have to maintain 6 feet distance. If you are going to do something where you're closer, honestly, we still would like you to maintain a 6 foot distance even if you have your mask on. But if you are throwing a ball and you're running by someone, keep your mask on, and we still want you to play and get exercise. Okay, so there are some things that you would normally be able to do, but this year at this time you're not able to. So there's a couple of examples, and I'll read through a couple of them. So for example, you can't play football like you used to do at recess, especially the tackling part, but you can throw it around to each other, whether it's 2 people or multiple people. And while you can't play a game of basketball, you can play knockout or just shoot hoops with each other. And if you maintain a distance, you can keep your mask off. If you can't maintain the distance, just keep your mask on. You can play something like tag, but you need to tag quickly and keep on running. It's the close distance for an extended period of time that we want to avoid. And clearly, no tackling. The things that I've been talking about so far have to do with some kind of sport or running around, something like that. But there's a lot of other things that we can do. You can just take a nap. You can read. You can do individual activities. You can just relax and enjoy being outside. You can draw. But you cannot bring items from home. So you can't bring your own soccer ball or football or anything like that. It has to be all items provided by the school, because after each lunch, we will have to disinfect them. One thing I haven't mentioned yet is that there are different stations outside where you will be spending your recess and lunchtime. We'll talk more about that, and you'll learn about it at the beginning of each week. Your para will tell you where you're going to be for that week, so you know what kind of activities that you can do. So you went outside, you got some fresh air, you ate your lunch, you hung out for a little bit. It's time to come back in. So we're going to have enough time to do that. So your para will let you know that it's time to clean up. You have to put your mask on if you have it off. You're going to head inside, and then you're going to wash your hands again in the station that you did previously. After that, you'll go back to your access class again and get ready for the next class that you have. Thanks for listening. If something doesn't work, we may have to make changes, of course. But we've got a plan in place, and got any questions? Let us know.